Okay, so good morning, you guys. Happy Saturday. I hope everyone's having an amazing day. Hey, Sarah, will you share this into Team Breakthrough for me so that they can all hop on? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can I just double check that we are in Epic Revolution? I'm 99% sure we are. So happy Saturday. I hope everyone's having an amazing day. You guys, I'm still fighting the cold and that's okay. But let me tell you, one thing that's absolutely amazing and really does make a difference in this industry is pushing through the consistency. Yes, I sound like crap. Yes, I went live yesterday. Why? Because I know that it will help my business. So I want to talk to you guys about going live. So first of all, I just want to eliminate that thought that you need to be perfect when you're going live. You do not need to be perfect, okay? There is no one out there is perfect, and people do not relate with perfect, right? Just like we see that highlight reel, we see all the nonsense of no, no flaws. We see that everything's perfect. They're completely happy 24/7 and they have no issues, right? No, okay? People truly do relate with people who are transparent, who show their vulnerabilities, right? We relate with those type of people. So do not worry about being real. When I first started going live, I had no background. I had no ring light. I had no idea what I was doing, right? My kids came in half the time. They still come in sometimes, and that's okay. I just did it because I knew that it was going to grow my business, right? You guys are going to have to bear with me as I go through this. So don't worry about perfection. You will get better as you go along. When I look at my lives from 3 to 4 years ago, they are comical, right? They were comical. I was not put together. I had no idea what I was talking about. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no structure, nothing. When I go live now, I have the tools and I have the formula to make sure that I can go live to where I'm making the most impact, right? Because your lives can be used for business, right? So I want you guys to understand, you do not need the tools, right? To get started, you don't need it. You don't need the ring light. You don't need the background. You don't need the eyelashes. You don't need all the perfect things, right? I have those now and I use them now and I love having them now, but I didn't need them when I started. I got them as I went along, right? I will tell you, when I finally did get my background and my ring light, I got them as a commitment to myself that I would go live 3 to 5 times a week. 3 years later, I have not missed a week where I hadn't gone live 3 to 5 times. So it was a commitment to myself. I'm so sorry for the coughing, you guys. And I will tell you guys what tools I have. The tool that I'm using is a New Year ring light. It's a stand, and you actually just set your camera, your phone in there. Yeah, of course, when I go live, it's like 10 times worse than what it was this morning. I've been drinking hot tea all morning too. So I have a New Year ring light. You can order backgrounds on Amazon if you so feel the need, but you don't need to, okay? You can get a $7 ring light that you clip on. That's $7 on Amazon. You don't have to go spend $120. It's not required, okay? So just know that you don't have to be perfect. Now let's talk about when you're going live, what should you be doing? Now, first of all, I always have notes. Let me tell you why. Even when I know what I'm going to be talking about, like I know the process of going live like the back of my hand because I've been doing it so much, doesn't mean that I'm not going to see a comment go across the screen and completely lose track, right? Or cough and be like completely thrown for a loop in my mind. So have notes, plan out your lives, you guys. I personally take, I'm sorry, I'm sick. I take an hour on Sunday evenings to plan out my goals for the week and to plan out my lives for the week, to plan out the things that I plan on sharing. I don't know that it's going to help. My husband just brought me a cough drop. We'll see if it helps. So I go, thank you, babe. I take an hour on Sundays to plan out my lives, right? So I usually have 2 to 3 lives that I'm doing a week, sometimes more. And I plan out my content. I write notes so that through the week, I'm not like, what am I going to go live on, right? So I plan them out. This will help you guys, okay? And when I go live on things that I know my network's going to need, right? So when you figure out what your brand is, for me, being a network marketing coach in the past, I have built my brand on sharing network marketing value, right? So for me, usually when I go live, I'm talking about network marketing value, and then I trinkle the business in here and there, but it's not completely on business. So whatever your brand is, you want to share value in that area. Your life should always be about providing value on things in your life, whether it be organization tips, whether it be time management tips, whether it be, I'm sorry, your favorite recipe, whatever it might be. What value do you have to share? Okay. That's what you're going to be going live on. You're going to be sharing value. And I need you guys to understand that just because you know something doesn't mean that everyone else does. Okay. So things that you might not think are very valuable are going to be valuable to other people. Organization, cleaning tips. Maybe you've got 4 kids. Eric totally did just bring me a cough drop, Jared. I'm just dying. I thought I was getting better yesterday, and then today I woke up worse. I was like, no. So you want to make sure that you're going live on things that are going to provide value, and don't overcomplicate it, okay? Figure out what your brand is. Maybe it's, my husband's a real estate agent, right? Like 5 tips for home buyers before buying a home, right? What should you focus on before buying a home? Maybe you're a mom, stay-at-home mom, and you have to juggle 5 different schedules, and you're really good at balancing all those schedules and getting everyone to their things on time, right? That's a talent. I don't possess that talent, right? Give me all the tips, okay? So don't overcomplicate the things that you have value around, okay? I'm so self-conscious, like I can't go live as long as my face is... It's just something you have to overcome. And one thing that you can do to start going live is you can go record a video on only me in the settings at the top and practice a few times, right? You can literally practice a few times with the thing set as only me. But I'll tell you, sometimes it'll be your own demise to rewatch yourself. I don't rewatch my lives. If I rewatched my lives, I would delete them. They'd be done. Like, nope, because I would pick myself apart, right? But because I just know that my intent, my goal is to provide value to others, because I know that that's what I'm doing, I continue to do it, right? Because I get people that reach out to me and say, hey, I really want you to know that you going live really helped me. You'll get those when you start doing it consistently enough. And there's nothing better than that message coming in from someone else knowing that you made an impact on them, right? And you have the ability to do that. We all have the ability to do that. We all have talents that we can share. And when you share those talents with the world, you build that know, like, and trust, and you build value in others. When you build value in others, your business is inevitably going to grow. So now let's talk about the process of going live, okay? And I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. Truly, I am kind of a little bit under the weather, if you can't tell. So let's talk about this. So first of all, your title matters. Your title does matter. If you just put, hey, let's chat, right? I'm really not going to give a crap if I want to come watch your live, if that's what your title is, right? You need to think about your title and think about something catchy. Maybe ask a question, maybe share some juicy like details, but don't finish it, right? You need to get something, catch people's attention, okay? And here's the thing, when you go live, you need to not sit there and go, okay, well, let's wait for some people to get on, right? You don't need to do that. And let me tell you why. We are in an instant gratification society. So that's how we are in this time and age, right? So if they get on and they have to wait for you to wait for Jessica, Brittany, and Mary to pop on, and I know that I said that I was going to invite some people when I popped on here, but that's a team page, so it's a little different. But on your personal profile, you want to make sure that you are actually getting right to the point. So you're going to get on, right? You're going to maybe introduce yourself. I would definitely introduce yourself. And the reason that you want to do that is because you want people to know who you are. And if someone shares your video out, they're likely going to be seeing new people that have never seen your face, seeing your live. So when I go live, you guys always hear me say, hi, my name is Barbie Williams, and I help driven women build powerful skills, create unshakable confidence, and break through the limiting beliefs to succeed at home and beyond. You guys will hear me say that every single time I go live, without a doubt, right? So figure out what your goal is, your mission statement, your vision, and throw that into yourself and put it in a little tagline, introduce yourself, and repeat it every time. Now, one thing that I tell people about that is like my biggest affirmation, is my statement when I go live, because my goal is to do exactly what I'm saying that I'm doing, right? I started saying that tagline. It was a different form a little bit back then. I've tweaked it since then. But when I started doing it, that was my affirmation that actually turned me into the network marketing coach, because I said it so often that I really started to attract people that were looking for coaching in that area. So it was really cool. So figure out what your mission is, right? Maybe your mission is simply to help people live healthier and wealthier lives, right? It can be super simple, but you want to make sure that you are taking the time to introduce yourself. Okay. So you're gonna have notes. You're not gonna wait for people to hop on. You're just gonna get going. You're gonna introduce yourself. And then you're gonna ask a question like, you know, so excited to connect with you. Let me know in the comments below if you are a replay viewer or if you're new to my, you know, new to my feed, whatnot, right? Get a little bit of engagement going because that's gonna help boost your live in the feed so that more people will see it. Another tip before you go live, take about 10 to 15 minutes to just scroll through Facebook and actually give engagement on other stuff. Then your stuff is more likely to show up in people's feed. So once you've introduced yourself, you're gonna get to that point, right? Get to the meat and the potatoes of that live. What did the title say? What is the content that you're giving, right? You can ask a question to pique some interest and then give them the value that you promised to give them, right? Don't beat around the bush. Don't talk about Aunt Sally or Aunt Susie or all the things, right? You want to get to that point. And why? Because people are going to give you like 2 seconds to keep their attention. And if you can't keep their attention because you're too busy talking about other stuff and not giving the value that you promised, they're going to exit off your live, right? So you want to make sure that you're actually giving them what you promised, right? So once you've done that, you can give a couple pointers. You can ask them to share with their friends if they're getting any value, drop a heart below if I'm providing value here, something like that, right? Then you can continue giving them the rest of your points. And then you're going to give them a call to action, right? Feel free to share, or hey, if you'd like to know, you know, XYZ, send me a message and I'd love to chat. Or, you know, always feel free to reach out and we can chat about this subject more, right? Another tool that you can use is to give them a teaser, right? So maybe your live title says 4 tips to eat less, or 4 tips to lose weight faster, right? And then you're going to give them 4 tips, right? They're going to be not business or not product related, right? But then you're going to be like, I've got 2 more tips that are really helping me excel in my weight loss. If you want to know those, send me a message and I'd be happy to share, right? Then you can get them in your inbox. Your goal is to be able to get into Messenger with more people and build more relationships with more people. Okay, so you want to make it simple and sweet. You want to get to the point. You want to introduce yourself. You want to know what you're going live on. Oh my gosh. Like so embarrassing. I'm so sorry, guys. I was determined not to just be like, okay, I can't do it because I'm sick. But you want to make sure that you are planning it out and that you are actually taking the time to provide that value, right? So for me, I try to keep them under 20 minutes typically. The best quality of live is going to be in between 5 and 10 minutes. That's your sweet spot right there. It's going to be long enough to where someone's going to actually really take some tips from it and connect with you and get to know you, but it's going to be short enough that they're going to be able to move on with their day, right? When I see a live that's like 45 minutes, I'm like, oh crap, I got to carve out an hour of my day for that, right? Not going to happen. Or at least if it happens, it's not going to be my full focused attention. So you're better off with short and sweet. And when you do them short and sweet like that, you're going to have more lives, more value to give, right? You can space it out, right? A couple other tips, you guys, you don't have to do it every day, but being consistent with doing it is going to make a difference. I will tell you hands down, people say, I'm just too scared to go live. I'm nervous. What if people think, you know, bad of me? Or what if I say something wrong? Or what if people make fun of me? You guys, I'm on here sick, coughing, blowing my nose. You think that I care what you guys think of me? Of course I want you to like me. Of course I want you to think that I'm providing value. But at the end of the day, I know that I have good intentions. And I know that my goal is to help, right? So I know that I'm not like, there's no reason for anyone not to think positive. And you guys have to think about like yourself like that. When you're going live, you have to be confident in knowing that you have good intentions and you're providing value. You have to be confident in yourself. If you're going to be successful in this industry, you have to believe in yourself, okay? If we can believe in Santa Claus for like 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, we can believe in ourselves for a couple minutes, right? We can go live and believe in ourselves to make sure that we have success. Your posture and your belief in yourself is going to translate into success in the business. So if you believe you can do this, you can do this. If you believe you can't, you can't. And I will tell you, it was like 4.5 years ago now, when I hired my first direct sales coach, which is actually Brian Fryer. When I hired him, I spent quite a bit of money on him, and it was a beautiful thing. But the biggest thing that he told me to do was go live and be consistent. And I did. And people think, oh, well, everyone goes live now. Yes, this is true. But how many people do you know that go live on a consistent basis? Those are going to be the ones that build the value and that people follow. So stay consistent at whatever you're doing, right? Stay consistent at what you're doing. This is not a 2-week success business. This is you need to give it a year and stay consistent type of business, okay? You need to stay consistent in what you're doing. And if you choose to be one of those people that breaks through thanks girl, breaks through the barrier of fear and goes live, keep doing it. You will get better. People will start to recognize you. You guys, I literally, this wall pretty much branded me. People are like, oh, that pink wall, that's that one girl, right? The one with the pink wall, because I've gone live so much that people have seen it going across my feed, you know? So you just have to make sure that whatever you do, you're gonna do it consistently. You don't want a busy background. You don't want pictures all over the place. You don't want a lot of distractions, but also know that if that's what you have to work with, it's okay, right? There have been times where I'm like, I gotta go, guys. Emmeline just pooped on the floor, and that's okay because I'm a mom, right? It's relatable. It's real. I mean, that's what happens during my life. Sometimes I have to do that, but I continue to do it and I continue to improve. And the thing of it is, the more you do it, the better you'll get. And the better you get, the more people you'll attract that actually like get to know you, right? People feel like they know me because I share myself on live all the time. It's like we're physically having a conversation together, even though we're, you know, in different states and everything like that. So if you really want to connect with your audience, going live is the perfect way to do it. So I'm going to give you guys a challenge. And I know Carissa did a challenge to do something about live yesterday, but if you guys haven't ripped the Band-Aid off of this business, if you haven't gone live and shared the amazing opportunity that we have here, and you're wondering why people are growing so fast, that's an amazing opportunity for you. Go live, share what we have. There is nothing else out there that can touch what we have here. There just simply isn't. We've got simple, affordable, duplicatable system, right? Like who do you know out there? What company do you know out there that is going to give you as much product with as much impact for as little money, right? Where you get the dang 50% commissions, right? Ground floor. You guys, we were like, when I joined a month and a half ago, there was like 1,200 people in the US. We have blown that out of the water. It's going to keep growing that way as long as we keep the excitement and go with it. So just know, rip that Band-Aid. Yeah, so go live, share what we have. Make that your first live, right? And then write out a couple lives that are going to be value providing, right? So not every live needs to be business. I recommend like 1 out of every 3 to 4 are business related. The rest should be tips and value that you're providing, right? So take some time. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I just don't know what value. Figure out what your brand is and then go play around on Pinterest. I have a Pinterest board for every category of my brand. I have 4 to 5 brand pillars, and I have a category for every pillar where I save content to go live on. So yes, it will take work to find the content and to find that value, but I learn to share, right? So I learn it. Okay, go get daddy, baby. Honey, I learn to share, right? So when I go live on stuff, I'm relearning it myself so that I can teach it, okay? When I became, when I had hired my first coach and I knew that I wanted to share network marketing tips because I wanted to attract network marketers, I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't perfect at what I was doing. I had no idea. I literally was learning it to share it. It's 100% what I was doing, okay? So know that you don't have to be perfect at what you're doing. Just start and you will improve, right? Put yourself in the YouTube University of how to become a successful network marketer and share what you're learning. Read personal development every day and share what you're learning, right? Super, super simple. Follow a couple leaders in the industry that you love. Watch their lives, take notes, go live and say, oh my God, I was just watching XYZ and oh my gosh, the value that they shared in that live is absolutely amazing. And I knew that I had to come share it with you, right? Super, super simple, like repurposing lives, exactly. So don't overcomplicate it, just do it, right? Don't tear yourself apart if you don't do it perfect. If things go wrong, don't tear yourself apart, leave it up and go again in a couple of days. Go again tomorrow, right? Keep trying and keep growing and I promise you guys will see success and most of all, stay consistent. So my challenge for you guys is to go rip that Band-Aid off and go live, okay? And share what we have. How do I name my live? It depends. Like sometimes I'll put like, okay, I'm gonna spill the beans. What am I doing now? Right? Something like that, right? Or how many of my friends struggle with XYZ, right? I'm gonna give you some tips on it. Typically I do like 4 to 5 bullet points. So a lot of my lives will say 3 ways to start every day better, right? Maybe I'm gonna give some morning miracle tips, something like that. Super, super simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. I guarantee you, you are tearing yourself apart in your head and overcomplicating it in everything you do in this industry. If you just do the simple actions, you will find success. So I hope that this was helpful, guys. Thank you so much for watching, even though I'm coughing and runny nose and sick and all that. I know how much this industry has impacted my life and so many other of us in this industry. Just remember that every single person in here can be at the top of the company, and every single person in here can accomplish those goals as long as you show up to do it, right? And keep learning. You will learn and you will grow into success. Hope you guys have an amazing Saturday.